Hello, my name is METİN Arıdaşır. This is 293rd part of explanation of my theory. According to my theory and my formulas, mystified astronomy and its fake observations and false measurements, new Redshift theory of Arıdaşır, me. Yes. 1. Moving free electron motion forms are the source of the emergence, occurrence of all continuous spectrums from X-ray continuous spectrums to CMBR-like, cosmic microwave background radiation and cosmic microwave background radiation like continuous spectrums. Snapshot. Two, the only big picture that gives real results when used to determine the speed of velocity of the galaxy is this entire curve of continuous spectrum, not part of it. This is wrong. Lambda emitted, lambda observed. Only a part. Spikes, difference. Redshift. This is wrong. This Z formula and its derivatives are wrong. This is wrong. Okay? Again. The only big picture that gives real results when used to determine the speed of velocity of the galaxy is this entire curve. Of continuous spectrum, not part of it. 3. Provided that one end is 0 degrees, representing the direction of movement of the free electron motion form, and the other end 90 degrees, what we need to measure speed of a galaxy is this curve as a whole, not a part of it. Okay. Snapshot. The method astronomers used to measure speed of galaxy was to make their calculations by wrong formulas on only one part of this continuous spectrum curve, and their results are completely wrong. The method astronomers used to measure the speed of galaxy was to make their calculations by wrong formulas and only one part of this continuous spectrum curve, and their results are completely wrong. Okay. Astronomers only see this picture, this part of picture, but the whole picture is important, from X-rays to CMBR. Because remember my shortened wavelength formula for X-rays applied voltage. Remember this formula. Absolutely and certainly, this is true formula for X-rays shortened wavelength determining. Like this. Yes. 4. Moreover, accepted theories don't realize the radical difference between continuous spectra and characteristic lines which coincide. Okay, this is free electron motion forms change its shape. This is single wave pulse of proton bound electron motion form. This is successive waves source electron motion forms. Okay. In motion, source of continuous spectrum, these spikes belongs to characteristic line, emission line belongs to single wave pulse from proton bound electron motion form. And proton bound electron motion form passive light source, effective under the effects of free electron motion form successive waves or another effect, it enlarge, and that when these effects vanish, it produce and pour out only a single wave pulse. And this single wave pulse is different because of, yes, I'm telling now, moreover, 4. Moreover, accepted theories don't realize the radical difference between continuous spectra and characteristic lines which coincide together. Coincide like this. Redshift this point. Okay. This is enlarged free electron motion forms wave. Its energy decreases. Its wave velocity at this point 180 degree exceeds speed of light, and its wavelength is enlarged and its energy decreased. But for single wave pulse, red circle, no change. When two of them coincide, this spike shift to red, imitating the rate of this continuous spectrum's points energy. Okay. A continuous spectrum represents variable wavelength, variable wave velocity, variable energy on each point. At this point, shortened wavelength, highest energy. At this point, 45 degree. Okay, I have told you my formulas about this. Okay. Variable energy on each point of a free electron motion form that has an initial wavelength, lambda normal, 90 degree. Doesn't change. Okay, snapshot please. First one, second one, third one. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That has an initial wavelength and its consecutive waves, and without frequency changing. Frequency doesn't change, contrary to accepted physics theories. Yes, a characteristic emission or absorption line, light, represents a single wave pulse from a proton-bound electron motion form that enlarges at speed of light. A proton-bound electron motion form is always at its first cycle and it has not consecutive waves. If the speeds and energies of both two different types of light were constant, redshift phenomenon wouldn't occur. Galaxial redshift phenomenon, in fact, wouldn't occur. In the case of receding galactic light sources, these galaxies have two-type light sources, and opposite to free electron motion direction, wavelength enlarges, wave velocity increases, exceeds the speed of light, and energy decreases depending on electrons' velocity, electrons' motion direction, and electrons' orientation. Free electron motion forms velocity, free electron motion forms direction, and free electron motion forms orientation. Moving free electron motion forms, depending on this. But there are no such changes for single wave pulse from proton-bound electron motion form, and when a single wave pulse coincides with an enlarged successive wave from moving free electron motion form, its energy decreases as imitating the energy decreasing rate of successive wave, depending on free electron motion forms, source, velocity, motion, direction, and orientation. Therefore, representative wavelength of single wave pulse shift as imitating this rate to red in the free electron motion forms continuous spectrum shift. Okay? From here to there, shift. Okay? Slower electron motion forms continuous spectrum, and this is faster, like free electron motion forms, continuous spectrum. And these spikes belong to proton-bound electron motion form in galaxy. And free electron motion forms belong to galaxy. These facts realized on a galaxy that we observe. Okay. Yes. Yes. Velocity motion therefore represent yes. In fact, by the way, I explained the Compton effect with this idea also, but now this is not our subject. Arıdaşır's main formula for determine the speed of a free electron or a star or galaxy from the continuous spectrum here. These are my formulas, some of my formulas, okay? This is shortened wavelength. Lambda normal minus delta lambda cosine 0 is equal to lambda normal minus delta lambda. And lambda normal minus delta lambda cosine 90 degrees equals to lambda normal, like this. Okay, and speed of galaxy. Galaxy that source of electron motion forms, proton bound and free in motion, or at rest maybe sometimes, but when they are at rest, different case. Then, yes, According to Arıdaşır's theory and formulas, my theory and my formulas, a free electron motion form can exceed the speed of light. When a free electron motion form exceeds the speed of light, it loses its mass, becomes a neutrino at faster than light velocity, and so the electron leaves the observable universe but doesn't disappear. We cannot see but doesn't disappear. Exists. In this case, continuous spectrum doesn't appear either. Wave velocity must be in 0 degrees. Wave velocity must be in 0 degrees, smaller than 0 kilometer, greater than 0 kilometer per second, in 90 degrees, in 180 degrees, must be smaller than 600,000 kilometers per second, twice speed of light. Since delta lambda, okay, this is so important, cannot be equal to or greater than lambda normal, and when a free